Hello and welcome to another Tuesdays at 2, episode number 147. Hard to believe I've been there 147 times, but I really enjoy sharing my knowledge, my deep knowledge, after 31 years in this business of career management, executive career management. And today's a very interesting topic, something very close to my heart because I like helping people globally. I'm not just domestic. Here in Canada. I am global. Right now, I got clients in 31 different countries. So there's no boundaries, no borders to me. Everybody is the same. I treat everybody the same, and I like to help them. And one of the things I do, and I got to consider myself a global specialist in, is relocating people across the world for their careers. So today's topic is very pertinent. It's I am seeking to move to another country. Are there benefits to my career? In short, yes, many, but there are also many pitfalls. So you have to be very, very careful. Don't take it lightly. If you want to move to another country, and yes, you can, especially in today's economy when hiring is so robust. I've never ever seen hiring in any particular function, all functions, and all sectors so very, very hot across the world. You can do it, but be very aware and do a lot of research. So research, research, research. The more research you do, just like on your only job, if you were searching within your own bounds of your own country, you need to do a lot of research. Don't just jump into it and think you can do it because it could cost you a lot of money and a lot of anguish, a lot of frustration. So do your due diligence, study where you want to go. And yes, it can bring huge benefits to your career, but just make sure you do all that research. Don't just jump into it today. If anybody's got any comments, nothing to do with today's topic, doesn't have to be to do with today's topic, something to do that may be on your mind as far as your CV, your resume, executive recruiters, your personal brand, job search, whatever, please put them in the comments and I will answer them as we go through this, this Tuesdays at 2. So in short, yes, there are many, many benefits, but there are also many pitfalls. It's a huge move. I've actually done it, but I had somebody facilitate that for me. I wasn't looking for a job when I came here, so I was very lucky. But you have to really spend a lot of time doing your due diligence and understanding where you want to go, because you could go to the wrong country and it could be very costly, both emotionally and financially. So discuss with your family. If you're married and you have kids, you have a family unit, and you need to discuss that. I mean, look at how old your parents are, and are they frail, and do they need more attention in the next few years? In which case, maybe you shouldn't move. You need to be with them. So there are many things to weigh up. It's a huge move. Can be a huge mistake if you don't do it rightly. So discuss with your friends, your family, your colleagues at work, and discuss with them whether they think that you are an ideal candidate, whether you have the guts, because it's a lot of determination, a lot of guts, and a lot of ambition to take that big move. However, the financial benefits can be huge, can be massive. I got some of my clients who make huge leap in their salary just by moving countries. So do your due diligence, see what the equivalent of your current job, your current position in your current sector is, and see what they earn in another country, the country that you select. So the financial rewards can be huge, can be more, really gigantic. You can also become an expat. So expat status is where you don't pay tax in the country that you are going to, and then you don't pay tax when you come back. There's various different modalities there, but you need to check on that. Your best friend when you go internationally is definitely going to be whether you see a tax lawyer. Tax lawyers will sew it up for you because you could be in for a heavy penalty. And don't forget, tax laws change per country. To the country you're going to, the country you're coming from, and all sorts of different tax laws. So you have to really sew it up. Make sure you are tax secure, so you don't pay a huge chunk of tax when you return to your home country and when you're in the other country. So make sure you really have that sewn up. So a tax lawyer is going to be very, very beneficial. And a good tax lawyer will know the different taxes in each country and definitely the tax in your home country. Now, the best way to do an international transfer, international career transfer, is to see if you can do an internal transfer. So if you work for a global company, see if you can convince your company. They may not put all the stops out like moving fees and whatever, but they might be able to help you source and find a job that you can be very successful in in another country by an internal move. You know, think of the big global companies like IBM, and they transfer people quite frequently. So you need to think about the internal before you go external. This is a big leap. Please, if anybody's got any comments on anything to do that's on their mind to do with career management, please feel free to put it in the comments and I will answer it as we go through this Tuesdays at 2. So internal transfers can be your best bet if you work for an international company that has offices across the world. So pick your country. Now, don't just pick it because, oh, it's got a beautiful scenery and it's got mountains or it's got lakes or it's got all sorts of different things. You need to think about the standard of living. Think about the healthcare in that country. So, you know, a lot of countries have different healthcare systems. How are you going to have to pay for the healthcare, or are you going to be able to get healthcare for a reasonable amount or even free, depending on the country that you go to? If you have a family, you need to think about the education. What is the school system like? Do they have to take a step down, or are they level, or can they go up? So there are so many different things you need to consider when you are making an international move. As I say, just don't jump into it. Do a lot of due diligence. Look at the schools, look at the healthcare system, look at the standard of living. How much is rent for houses if you're going to rent, or are you going to be there a long time and are you going to buy? Can you get a good deal? So pick your country and then do a lot of target marketing and start networking. But don't expect, when you come to once you've chosen the particular country, don't expect an executive recruiter in that particular country to help you with your job search and find a job. Well, they don't find jobs for you. You need to get on their target list, on their radar. But don't expect them to get on their radar. Why? It's because their clients at the other end, and they don't work for you, they work for the clients, will say, every candidate that they put forward for that particular job, that particular project, that recruitment project, will need to have experience in that particular country. Well, if you're going to a new country, you don't have that experience. So don't expect executive recruiters to help you. Your best bet, as far as job search is concerned, is, if you are going internal, would be to go to a target your company. Who would you like to work for? And then just target the person using LinkedIn and other channels. Target the person who you think would be your boss or your boss's boss, and then see if you can open up to some dialogue and network with them and tell them of your intentions. Are you eligible to work in that country? Do you already hold a passport? Like that's, for instance, the European Union. You can move quite freely around all the many countries in the European Union, but you can't move from UK to the US or Australia to Canada without getting a visa. So you need to think about all that comes into play. Will they have to get a visa for you, or are you going to get a visa? And there again, just like tax laws, each country has their own admission for visas. Is it going to be a temporary work visa for X number of years, or are you intending on going there maybe with the intention of becoming a citizen? So, you've got the US, you've got the green card, and you have to fall into many criteria. So it's a government thing, and governments don't take a lot of time. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. The governments tend to be pretty slow in facilitating visas or any other applications. So you need to be prepared, and it can be very frustrating. So the more homework you do, and then start networking in that particular country, select the companies you want to go work for, but also use the online boards. But be prepared for, just like in any job search, whether you're staying domestically or whether you're going internationally, be prepared for rejection, because you're not going to hit it all the time. And if you're going internationally, you're going to get more rejections than you are yeses. So, but it is worth your while. I've got a client right now. He's an American citizen. He lives in New Zealand, and he's currently wanting to move to the UK for about 4 or 5 years before he relocates back to the US. I've got another client who lives in Kuwait, and he wants to go to the US. And I got another client who's here in Canada, and he wants to go to Australia. So I work globally. I don't know all the regulations, but after working with many people, I have some idea, and I can refer you to the right people. But it is a great opportunity for you to really build a financial foundation for the rest of your life if you get that tax right. So you need to go and see, doesn't matter which country you're in, you need to go and see a tax lawyer in your country who will know, and they probably work with people maybe going to the same countries, and they may be able to link you up with somebody in that particular country. And there you are, you've already got a small network, somebody who's worked there, somebody's gone through this tax lawyer and worked in that particular country. So there's another way of networking through your tax lawyer. The international tax lawyers, they're all in the big cities around the world. They all have big practices, and they have a big database. So they will be able to help you facilitate some networking. So anybody got any questions regarding career management? I'm here to help you. I come back every Tuesday at 2 different topic. And I also host Career Tips for a Crazy World, a 1-minute quick career tip twice a week, Monday 9 a.m. and Friday 2 p.m. So I'm here for you 3 times a week, and I'm going to come on periodically to talk about other things to do with career management, because I'm really passionate about helping clients across the world with their career management. Now, anybody who wants a free, no obligation, no sales pitch, resume or CV critique, please, I'm more than happy to give it to you, and I'll give you 30 minutes on Zoom. There is my email. I'm more than happy to give you 30 minutes of my time to go through your resume, your CV from top to bottom. And if you also want a LinkedIn audit, I'll go through that from top to bottom, because first impressions count, and you only get 1 kick of the can for your LinkedIn and for your resume, your CV. And then I also have an extensive YouTube channel, constantly building. This video will go on my YouTube within a few short minutes of me wrapping it up. and there's been 147 Tuesdays at 2. But there are some specific, or many specific videos relating to all facets of executive career management. And if you don't see one, and you've got a topic that you want me to talk about, I'm more than happy. You send me an email. I'm more than happy to shoot a video on that particular topic. So that sort of wraps it up. Unless anybody's got any comments, I'm more than happy to answer them. Any questions, something that's on your mind? If not, I will be back next Tuesday. Let's see what my topic is next Tuesday. What are the red flags? What are the red flags on a LinkedIn profile to a career decision maker? Each day I see major red flags, like glaring red flags, like huge red flags blowing in the wind. So you need to make sure that you don't have any red flags. So next week I will highlight those red flags for you. Come back next week for another Tuesdays at 2. But remember, manage your career. Do something this week to manage and advance your career. Maybe open up a new network. Maybe think about, well, I need to connect with 5 new people this week on LinkedIn. That's not impossible. That is very, very possible. Maybe you want to move internationally. So think about that, and then listen to the replay again of this. And if you have any questions about any international move, I am here. My email is there, and it's quite clearly on my LinkedIn profile too. So have a great week. Manage your career. Do something, just a little bit, to manage your career this week. I will see you next Tuesday at 2.